I didn't realize how much time I was wasting in the kitchen until I discovered these 5 blender tips. They made cooking so much easier. The last one surprised me the most, so be sure to watch until the end to see what it is. Let's start with one of the simplest blender tricks I use almost every day. If you enjoy tacos, you've probably bought ready-made taco shells or tortillas from the grocery store more times than you can count. The good news is that you can make a simple taco wrap at home with just a few basic ingredients. Add a handful of sweet corn to your blender. Crack in 1 egg. Add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and a small drizzle of olive oil. Now blend everything until the mixture becomes completely smooth. In less than a minute, you'll have a silky batter that's ready to cook. Pour a thin layer of the mixture into a lightly greased skillet and gently spread it into a round shape. Cook the tortilla over medium heat until the bottom is lightly golden, then carefully flip it over and cook the other side for another minute or 2. Don't worry about the blender jar looking messy. We'll take care of that with a clever cleaning trick in just a moment. That's it. You've just made your own homemade taco wrap without opening a package from the store. Now comes the fun part. Fill it with anything you like. Grilled chicken, seasoned beef, shrimp, fresh vegetables, cheese, avocado, or your favorite salsa. Fold it over and your homemade taco is ready to enjoy. Not only can you customize every ingredient, but you're also making exactly the amount you need, reducing both food waste and grocery costs. And before you rinse that blender, wait just a minute. My next trick is my favorite way to clean it in seconds with almost no scrubbing at all. You won't want to miss it. Instead of taking the blender apart and trying to scrub around the blades by hand, let the blender do the cleaning for you. Simply pour in a little warm water, add a few drops of dish soap, and place the jar back onto the blender base. Secure the lid, then blend the mixture for about 15 to 20 seconds. As the blades spin, the soapy water rushes through every corner of the jar, reaching places that are difficult to clean with a sponge. When you remove the lid, you'll notice that most of the residue has already disappeared. Pour out the soapy water and give the jar a quick rinse with clean water. That's it. In less than a minute, your blender is fresh, clean, and ready for the next recipe without endless scrubbing or risking your fingers near the sharp blades. Now, here's another blender trick that's made a surprising difference in my kitchen. Have you ever noticed that when you slice fresh fruit and place it on a plate, your kids might take a bite or two, then lose interest? Y'all bought the fruit because it's healthy, but somehow it ends up sitting on the table much longer than you expected. If that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're definitely not the only one. The good news is that sometimes getting kids excited about fruit isn't about changing what you serve. It's about changing how you serve it. Instead of serving the fruit on a plate, peel it and add it to the blender. Blend until it's smooth and creamy. If your blender comes with a travel cup or a built-in drinking lid, even better. The smoothie is ready to enjoy right away. I've found that children who normally ignore a plate of fruit are often much more excited to finish it when it's turned into a smoothie. Even adults enjoy it, especially on warm days when you want something light and refreshing. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite fruit to blend into a smoothie? Let me know in the comments and you might give someone else a delicious new idea. Chopping green onions may not seem like a big job until you're standing at the cutting board slicing them one tiny piece at a time. And after a while, your hands start smelling like onions, the cutting board needs another wash, and you're still not finished prepping the rest of the meal. Here's a much faster way. Instead of slicing the onions into thin rounds, simply cut them into a few large sections just short enough to fit comfortably inside your blender jar. Place the pieces into the blender, secure the lid, and resist the temptation to let it run continuously. Instead, use the pulse button. Press, release, press, release. Repeat this about 3 or 4 times. That's all it takes. Open the lid and take a look. The green onions are evenly chopped into small pieces that look very similar to hand-cut onions, but they aren't mashed into a paste or turned watery. Because you're only pulsing the blades instead of blending continuously, the onions keep their texture while still becoming finely chopped. In less than a minute, you've finished a task that would normally take much longer with a knife. It also means fewer knife strokes, less cleanup, and more time to enjoy cooking instead of standing at the cutting board. Another simple blender trick that can help you save money and reduce food waste at the same time. We've all been there. The leftover bread had been sitting on the kitchen counter, yet it still smelled fresh and showed no signs of mold. Most people assume it's no longer useful and toss it into the trash, but don't. That stale bread still has plenty of life left in it. Place the bread in the oven and bake it until it's crisp. Then simply break it into a few smaller pieces and add them to the blender. Use the pulse setting a few times until the bread turns into fine, even crumbs. In less than a minute, you've made your own fresh breadcrumbs without buying another container from the grocery store. Homemade breadcrumbs are perfect for coating meat before frying. Simply dredge the meat in the wet batter, then coat it with the breadcrumbs before frying. The result is a crispy golden crust that's just as good as what you'd get at a restaurant. The best part is that you're making good use of something that many people throw away without a second thought. Which of today's 5 blender tricks are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. I always enjoy reading your ideas. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who loves cooking, and don't forget to subscribe for more easy home and kitchen tips. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.